started thinking about frugality as freedom when I was in my 30s.
The concept of frugality equals freedom changed my entire life. And it is the entire reason I was able to go from making $50,000 a year to becoming work optional in my 30s. Now, similar to Carla's story, I reached a point in my 20s where I just felt so stuck financially. I followed the path I was supposed to, right? I went to school, I got the good job, I was making decent money. I just could not seem to get ahead. I was watching all of the people around me do all of the things that I felt like I couldn't do, like buy a house and have a wedding and feel financially stable enough for kids. And I lived in Toronto, and we know the cost of living there is also absolutely insane and has been increasing steadily over the last 2 decades. I was making good money, but I still had student debt. I was still struggling with my credit card payments. And I also did not have things like a retirement fund or emergency savings. And this is when I had my existential crisis, my quarter life crisis, where I'm like, who am I? Why am I here? What is the point of anything? And that's when I was just like, enough is enough. I have to fucking change everything. We're not just writing a new chapter. We're throwing out the whole damn book. That's when I developed this concept called WPM, or why pay more. And this changed my life. Basically, if I could get the same benefit for less, then why would I pay more for it? So while people in my office were buying expensive new cars, I drove a Kia. It had the heated seats and the moonroof that I wanted, but it was a fraction of the cost. While my peers were buying 3-bedroom houses, I bought a condo that needed some love. I started asking myself before I would buy something, what is the actual benefit that I'm trying to get out of this? And can I get this some other way for less? I learned how to negotiate so I could start making more money and then also pay less for the things that I needed. It seems small, but I would always bring my lunch from home. I would credit card hack so that I could travel. I still lived well. I didn't want for anything, but I lived frugally. And because I was frugal, I was able to set aside more money for the things that I actually wanted in my life, which was freedom. Now, a lot of people are going to call this sacrifice, but I don't see this as sacrifice if I am getting something better out of it. I ended up paying off my $40,000 of student loans in 18 months. I saved my first $100,000 by the time I was 25. I paid for my wedding in cash. That was beautiful, but frugal. And because I did the hard work in my 20s, that frugality turned into freedom in my 30s. Now I'm a millionaire and I still drive a Kia. I still shop around for rates when I go to the dentist. I still use credit card points to travel. I move somewhere with a lower cost of living so that my money goes further and I'm able to increase my quality of life without spending more. And it sounds so simple, but the key to getting ahead is truly just living on less than you make and investing the difference. And it is so important that you start young because money you save and invest in your 20s is worth twice as much as your 30s due to compound interest. If you want to learn more about ways to save money and make money without working harder, then check our link in bio. We have some free trainings and applications to work with me are now open.